What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I'm here at the charging station. I'm actually doing some work, so I brought my computer because I'm usually here for about 20-25 minutes. So it's an opportunity for me to do a little bit of work, prepare for some stuff that I got going on Monday as far as meetings and things like that. I will be in Miami in about a week or so, something like that. I got some business to take care of down there. Plus, y'all know that that's my second home. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on your notifications. Also, tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Just dropped a video yesterday, and then I dropped one 2 days before that, back to back. The first one was an uncensored interview, and then the second one was a video that breaks down exactly what my real estate strategy is going forward in 2023, and then how I leverage that in order to build wealth. Last but not least, make sure y'all tap into the Alpha Juice Company. They have some phenomenal products. I got all of the discount codes and everything down in the description so that y'all can be able to get y'all juice on. Make sure y'all moving forward with healthy options going forward into the new year. And then we getting the results that go along with that. But with that being said, I want to deep dive into this conversation about Lizzo. And I did a reaction video yesterday, and I thought it was pretty interesting because the differences in opinions from people that actually look at things objectively, aka the people that rock with me, versus the differences of opinions from the people that actually are showing up in her comments on her specific video is vastly different. Now, let me give you guys some credit, right? You know, I like to big myself up and highlight how awesome I am, but let me also highlight how awesome you guys are, because you rock with me across multiple different platforms: The Millionaire Morning Show, Anton Daniels, Fight Club, Lapeef Network, Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom, all of these different platforms, right? And there is such a vast difference in opinions. Sometimes you guys say, Anton, you on the money. Sometimes you guys say, Anton, you wrong. But I like that. And the reason why I like that is because it shows that you have your own mind. You taking into consideration what it is that I'm saying, and then you drawing your own conclusions, meaning that we actually are having conversations that allow for us to be able to get better despite our circumstances, where we come from, what our thoughts are, our morals and our values, compass, everything. It's the thing that I advocate for, and I think that it's absolutely awesome. On the flip side, if you look at who obviously has a much bigger platform, if you go to Lizzo Be Eating, which is her actual name on Instagram, Lizzo Be Eating. If you go to Lizzo Be Eating on Instagram, you look at all of the millions of people that follow Lizzo, and then you look at this egregious post of her in a bathing suit or a swimsuit, two-piece, might I add, turn around, slaps her butt, saying that, you know, this is art. I don't think that it's art. I mean, I think it looks more like an unfinished clay sculpture. There's a lot of things that's happening in that video. But the most disturbing part was when you go over to the comments. Now, a lot of us understand that the comments is just as, if not more entertaining than what the actual video is, right? And if you go over to the comments, it's so much support for bad behavior that it is insane. I just can't imagine living in an environment where you have so many people that are enabling bad behavior instead of actually wanting the best for you. And this is a reflection of what our culture is. Our culture is a Me Too culture. It's I'll do anything in order to be right. I'll do anything in order to be on your team. I'll do anything in order to support bad behavior. And listen, it's not just on camera. It's not just on social media. This happens in real life. That's why a lot of these famous people, trust me, I know, that's why a lot of these famous people wind up going down a dark path, because all they are surrounding themselves with is people that enable bad behavior. But here's the worst part about it, because I was on a panel on Fight Club last night, which is really, really rare because Aaron and Brittany be kicking me off. But I was on Fight Club last night, and we was having this conversation about Lizzo. And somebody said to me, well, we should just let people do whatever it is that they want. Let me tell you why that's dangerous. You are creating a culture that your kids and your kids' kids are going to be subjected to. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to be running in the Victim Olympics talking about there's an assault on masculinity, there's an assault on femininity because men are able to participate in women's sports. They doing this and advocating it for it in school. Your colleges and your high schools now are going to becoming indoctrination camps, which, look at my man. He had my charger looking at my junk. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's trying to study how the technology works or if he's actually trying to wait for me to get done so he can get to his charge, and I don't know. But my point is that you're creating a culture that is super toxic, and then you wonder why the black community can't get anywhere, because then you're going to turn around and say, well, it's systematic, and you know they promote this in our communities. Well, it's the people that you support. You sat there, you hit the like, you made sure that you held it down, you support them and all of this other type of stuff, and then you're going to turn around and talk about how toxic the culture is. Your kids subconsciously are being reprogrammed by the people that they like. They go and they like their music, and then they turn around and then they adopt their lifestyle. And so when you start to get a platform, you become more responsible for the people that you affect. I don't care if you say you don't want to be a role model. I don't care how you feel about what people think about you. Once you decide to profit off of more than just the music, because one of the arguments that she was trying to make was, yo, this is art, whatever, so on and so forth. No, it's a lot of women that follow you because of what you look like, and they can identify with it, and so they rock with it. It's a lot of people that buy your music, not necessarily because your music is great, but because they like you. And the first rule of sales, everybody knows this. Every great salesman knows this. The first rule of sales is that people do things because they like you, not necessarily because you got the best product. Because nobody is going to sit here and tell me that Lizzo put out the best music. I don't know. I don't listen to it, but I'm pretty sure that there's other rappers and things like that that actually put out better content. I can't speak to that, and I'm not going to speak to that in this particular video. But my point is that we have devolved so much as a community and culture. And it ain't just black people. It's Western culture. Because it's white people that follow her. It's the alphabet community that loves her, because then it can enable them to continue to do what they do. Because if you say no shame across the board, then it's just no shame across the board. It's a bad look for us. It's a bad look for the community. It's a bad look for enabling cancel culture for anybody that stands against it or wants to say something a little bit differently than what it is that you advocate for. Then they get canceled, or they are phobic in some way, when in reality they just stand for something different and they just don't agree with what it is that you're doing in your lifestyle. So my point is that at some point, which I don't believe that this is ever going to happen, but at some point we have to step up, and the ones that actually are objective, you guys who I described earlier in this video, are going to have to be the voice of reason. Otherwise, you're just going to get drowned out by the people that got the loudest voices in a room that's actually advocating for the worst for us. It's not conducive to what it is that we're trying to build as a community. You're never going to build strong family households. It's nothing great and phenomenal about having diabetes and having high blood pressure and all of the problems and the ails and the problems that come along with it. There's nothing cute about your knees buckling under an undue amount of pressure on top of them because your body was not designed to carry 300 plus pounds. I don't care what they tell you. Your body was not designed for that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on my journey, and I'm going to continue this healthy lifestyle that I've started early in 2022, and we're going to continue with it. I'm down 20 pounds. I'm going to continue to push, and I'm going to advocate for you guys to do it also, because I would not advocate for doing nothing that I'm not first doing myself, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't even really having this conversation prior to. We got to live it. We got to embrace it. We got to fight for it, and we got to fight for our children, because we're not even doing it for us. We already what we are. We already what we are. We're going to have to fight for the lives of our children that are being influenced by the toxic things that's going on in this culture. There's nothing more influential than the people that they follow based off of the music that they like, because the tunes in your ears is reprogramming you to think a little bit differently. I'm telling you. I'd love to get your thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you need to get in touch with me personally for a coaching call, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to make sure we get it popping. I'm going to get you set up for a Zoom call or a personal call. Again, make sure you tap into the Patreon, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, and then tap into the Alpha Juice Company. All of the discount codes is in the description. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. Peace. This is crazy.